The twin suns of the Xylar system shone over the alien capital, casting long golden shadows across the crystal towers. Varen and Silas, the young alien princes, stood on the balcony of the largest tower, looking down at the city below. The air buzzed with the sound of flying transports, and the streets glowed with the bright patterns of their technology. The two princes had grown up believing their empire was unchallenged. Nothing in the galaxy could rival their power. "Have the scouts reported anything unusual?" Varen asked, turning to Silas. "Not yet," Silas replied. He leaned over the railing, scanning the horizon. "The outer corridors have been quiet. No strangers have been spotted for cycles. Our empire is safe." The princes smiled, but their peace was about to be broken. Far beyond the Xylar system, in a quiet section of space, a small fleet was moving cautiously through the star lanes. The ships were human, small and sleek, almost fragile compared to the massive alien cruisers. At the front of the formation, Captain Alex Ward guided his crew with calm focus. "Keep scanning," Alex said. His voice was steady. "We need clear readings before moving into the next corridor." Lily Brooks, the navigator, adjusted the controls. "Sensors are picking up unusual energy readings. I think we are near a restricted zone." Ethan Cole, the communications officer, frowned. "Restricted for whom? It doesn't seem like anyone is here." Maria Perez, the engineer, glanced at the readings. "The energy spikes are low, but the patterns are strange. This isn't natural. Someone built it." Alex nodded. "Stay alert, everyone. Remember, our mission is observation. No engagement unless absolutely necessary." The humans had barely entered the corridor when alarms went off on the alien scanners. Varen and Silas were already in their command chamber, monitoring the outer sectors. "Princes, we have detected a fleet," an officer reported. "It is small, but it is moving fast. It is heading toward forbidden space." Varen frowned. "How can such a small fleet even reach our borders?" "Send a strike team. Capture them. They must belong to a primitive race trying to trespass." Silas nodded. "Yes. Show them the power of the Xylar Empire." 3 attack wings of sleek, black alien fighters launched from the capital. They moved with precision, cutting through space like deadly shadows. The human scouts did not expect resistance at first. They were just observing, gathering data. But the first alien attack hit them suddenly. "Contact! They are firing!" Lily shouted. "Evasive maneuvers," Alex ordered. He pushed the human ship into a sharp turn, and the alien lasers missed by inches. The humans were smaller and slower in firepower, but their technology was clever. They had recently tested new defensive systems that were unlike anything the Xylar Empire had seen. Ethan activated the shields. Blue energy fields wrapped around their ship, absorbing the alien blasts. "Shields stable," he reported. Maria adjusted the energy pulse emitters. "If they keep coming, I can disable their weapons temporarily. It won't hurt them, but it will make them rethink this attack." The first alien fighters surged forward, confident and arrogant. They expected an easy victory. Then the humans struck. Pulses of controlled energy shot out from the human ship, cutting through the alien weapons and engines. The attack wings faltered, and one by one, they retreated. Back in the alien capital, Varen and Silas watched the battle unfold on their main screen. Their eyes widened in disbelief. "How is this possible?" Varen whispered. "They are just scouts. They cannot defeat our wings." Silas shook his head. "It must be a fluke. Send reinforcements. We will crush them with full force." But even with reinforcements, the humans continued to hold their ground. Captain Alex and his crew did not panic. They moved with calm precision, avoiding damage and disabling the alien attackers without killing anyone. "This is unusual," the alien commander said, his voice shaking. "They are not surrendering, but they are not reckless either. Their maneuvers, their shields, nothing like this exists in our records." Varen's face turned pale. "We are witnessing something impossible. Pull back the fleets. We must assess this anomaly." The alien ships retreated, leaving the human scouts untouched. Captain Alex breathed a quiet sigh of relief. "Good work, everyone," he said. "We defended ourselves without hurting anyone. That is exactly what we planned." Lily smiled. "They won't forget this." Ethan looked thoughtful. "I think they will underestimate us no more." Meanwhile, the twin princes were furious. They called an emergency council, summoning the most experienced leaders of the Empire. "This cannot happen again," Varen said sharply. "How can a primitive species defeat our elite scouts?" Silas slammed his fist on the table. "We need to understand them. We need spies. More information. Prepare a full investigation. I want to know who these humans are, what they want, and how they fight." Officers scurried to follow orders. The Empire had never faced such a challenge before. The humans were small, but they were intelligent and calm. They did not panic under pressure. They had courage and skill that the aliens had not expected. Back in the human ship, Captain Alex ordered the crew to continue their mission. "We are here to observe, not to fight," he reminded them. "Keep the scans running. Do not provoke them again. We want to know more about their technology, their ships, and their culture, but stay safe." Lily looked at the stars ahead. "It is strange to think that these powerful aliens were caught off guard by a small human team." Alex nodded. "They will learn. But we need to be careful. Pride can make them dangerous. We do not want to start a war." As the humans moved deeper into space, Varen and Silas could not forget the lesson of the first encounter. Their scouts had been defeated, and their confidence had been shaken. For the first time in the Empire's history, the twin princes wondered if a young species could surpass them. The council continued late into the alien night. Officers argued, debated, and planned. Some suggested attacking again immediately. Others warned that humans were clever and unpredictable. A few even whispered that the humans were different from any species they had faced, disciplined, patient, and strong. Varen glared at his advisors. "I will not accept that we are weaker than a primitive species. Prepare for a second engagement. This time, we will show them our full power." Silas remained silent, thinking about what they had witnessed. Deep inside, he felt fear, a fear that had never touched him before. Meanwhile, the human scouts continued their exploration. They recorded every detail, studied the alien technology, and avoided unnecessary conflict. Captain Alex knew that humanity had the chance to set an example in the galaxy. Strength was not enough. Intelligence, calm, and mercy could change the balance of power. The night in the Xylar capital was long. Varen and Silas could not sleep. They stared at the stars, knowing that the humans were out there, moving quietly through space, and that the galaxy might never be the same again. For the humans, it was just the beginning. They had faced one of the oldest empires in the galaxy and survived. They had not killed anyone, yet they had shown that humanity could not be ignored. Captain Alex, Lily, Ethan, and Maria prepared for whatever came next, ready to face a new challenge with courage and wisdom. The twin princes could only watch and wonder how could such small beings hold such power. The first contact had gone wrong, and the lessons were clear. Pride alone could not protect an empire, and strength without wisdom could be defeated by patience and skill. And so, the stars were alive with tension, as humans and aliens prepared for the events that would soon change the galaxy forever. The Xylar Empire buzzed with tension. After the shocking defeat of the first attack wings, the twin princes, Varen and Silas, could not stop thinking about the humans. Every officer, every scout, every report seemed to reinforce the same message. The humans were not ordinary. They were small, but their technology, their control, and their calm under fire were extraordinary. Varen slammed his hand on the table. "We cannot allow this to continue. Prepare the elite forces. I want them brought to their knees." Silas nodded, though his expression was uneasy. "Do not underestimate them. These humans are different. They do not behave like other species we have faced. They are clever and disciplined," the council argued late into the alien night. Some suggested diplomacy, but Varen refused. Diplomacy is weakness. They will only respect strength. Meanwhile, far away in the quiet reaches of space, the human scouts moved carefully. Captain Alex Ward studied the sensors, noting the alien fleet activity. "Something is coming," Lily Brooks said. She traced the approaching signals. "They are sending a large force. I estimate 10 ships, all armed for attack." Ethan Cole frowned. "They are escalating quickly. They must think we are vulnerable." Maria Perez checked the ship's systems. "We can handle them. But I need to make sure our defense systems are fully operational." Alex nodded. "Good. Stay ready. Remember, we do not attack first. We defend only if necessary." As the alien fleet approached, their formation was precise and intimidating. Sleek black ships moved like predators, spreading out in a wide arc. Their weapons glinted in the starlight, ready to strike. On the alien side, the princes watched the deployment with growing unease. "Elite forces," Varen said, almost in disbelief. Silas studied the projections. "And yet, the humans survived the last attack. This will not be easy." The first shots rang out in the dark corridor of space. Alien lasers lanced toward the human ship. But the humans were ready. Captain Alex executed a series of evasive maneuvers, moving the ship with precision and calm. "Shields up," Ethan called. "They won't touch us if we keep moving." Maria activated the pulse disruptors. Small energy bursts spread out, hitting the alien weapons. Engines sputtered, and several ships were forced to retreat. The aliens were shocked. Their elite fighters, trained for years, could not match a single human ship. Varen's eyes narrowed. "Impossible. How can this be? They are too small. Too few. Yet they survive," Silas whispered. "And they are not even aggressive. They fight only when necessary. There is something about them we do not understand." Back on the human ship, Captain Alex remained calm. "We can handle this," he said. "Keep your focus. Observe their weaknesses, but avoid unnecessary conflict." Lily smiled faintly. "It is strange. They are so confident, yet they cannot hit us," Ethan added. "And we are not trying to destroy them. We are just defending ourselves. That may be why they are confused." As the battle continued, the humans showed a different kind of power. They did not rush or panic. They did not try to overwhelm the enemy with brute force. Instead, they used strategy, intelligence, and patience. Every move was calculated. Every response was measured. The alien commanders were growing frustrated. Every attempt to disable the human ship failed. Every strike was returned with calm efficiency. "This is unacceptable," one officer shouted. "Our elite forces cannot defeat a single human ship." Varen slammed his hand again. "Then bring more ships. Double the attack. We will overwhelm them." Silas hesitated. "Even so, they may survive. These humans are resilient. They do not behave like other species." The second wave of alien ships moved in, but the humans adapted. Captain Alex directed them to use advanced maneuvers that neutralized the new attacks. Shields absorbed the weapons. Pulse disruptors disabled targeting systems. The humans avoided casualties and minimized damage to the enemy. Back in the alien capital, officers whispered among themselves. Some could not hide their fear. "They are too clever," one said. "How can such a small species survive against our forces?" "They are not reckless," another added. "They fight with discipline, with control. Every move is precise. It is unlike anything we have ever seen." Varen turned red with anger. "Discipline? Precision? That is meaningless. They are still primitive. Send spies. I want to know everything about them before they grow stronger." The princes deployed a small stealth ship to follow the human scouts. The ship moved silently, scanning, observing, and sending reports back. But the humans noticed almost immediately. Lily detected the hidden signals and informed Alex. "They are watching us," she said calmly. Alex nodded. "Let them. We will not attack. But we will send a message," He opened a channel and spoke in the universal language. "We know you are observing. We are not hostile. We only want to explore and understand. There is no need for conflict." The alien spy captain, far away in a cloaked ship, froze. He had expected hostility. But instead, he heard calm, confident words. He had seen humans defeat his comrades without killing them. And now he saw their courage and control. He returned to the Xylar Empire, stunned. "Princes," he reported. "They are different. They are strong, yes, but also disciplined. They are not cruel. They do not seek war." Varen and Silas listened, but neither wanted to believe it. "It is impossible," Varen said. "No species this young can be so powerful." Silas frowned. "And yet, the evidence is there. Perhaps we have underestimated them." Meanwhile, the human scouts continued their mission. They recorded data, scanned planets, and avoided unnecessary fights. Captain Alex knew that the key to surviving in this hostile galaxy was not brute strength alone. Calm, intelligence, and strategy could be more powerful than any weapon. As the days passed, the humans' reputation began to spread across the Empire. Whispers of their victories, their discipline, and their mercy reached every corner of the Xylar Empire. The princes could not ignore the growing respect and fear among their people. Varen's pride burned. "We cannot allow this. Our empire will lose face if a small species continues to survive against us." Silas remained quiet, thinking, "Perhaps we need to learn from them. Perhaps there is more to power than destruction." But Varen would not listen. He prepared for another strike, convinced that overwhelming force would finally crush the humans. Captain Alex and his crew, unaware of the prince's next plan, focused on their mission. They studied the alien forces, learned their tactics, and kept their ship in perfect condition. They had no desire to fight unnecessarily, but they were ready to defend themselves if needed. One evening, as the human ship drifted near a distant star, Lily looked out at the glowing light. "It is strange to think that these powerful aliens are so shaken by us. We are small, yet they fear what we can do." Alex nodded. "That is humanity. We survive. We protect. We endure. That is our strength. And we do not need to destroy to prove it." Ethan smiled. "They will learn. They will see that humans are not easy to break. That may be the most powerful lesson of all," Maria added quietly. "And perhaps they will begin to respect us, even if they do not yet understand us." The night sky stretched endlessly. Stars twinkled like distant fires, and the humans moved calmly through the corridors of space. Every decision, every maneuver, every pulse of energy was a demonstration of their quiet strength. They did not need to boast. They did not need to conquer. Their presence alone challenged the assumptions of an entire empire. In the Xylar Empire, the twin princes could only watch and plan. Pride and arrogance drove them to prepare for another engagement. But deep down, Silas could not ignore the truth they were facing a species unlike any other. Small, clever, disciplined, and merciful, humans were changing the rules of the galaxy. And far away, the human scouts moved quietly, ready to face whatever came next. They had not sought conflict, but they had proven one fact clearly. Humanity's quiet strength could shake even the most powerful empires. The stars were alive with tension, and the galaxy was only beginning to understand the human spirit. Part 3. Truth of Humanity's Rise. The quiet of space seemed endless as the human scouts continued their journey. Captain Alex Ward studied the readings on his console. Alien movements had slowed. But the tension in the galaxy was growing. The twin princes, Varen and Silas, had not given up. They were planning their next strike, but the humans were ready for anything. "Captain, sensors detect a damaged alien vessel," Lily Brooks reported. "It looks like one of their scouts was disabled in the last engagement." Alex leaned forward. "Bring it closer. But we must be careful. Observe first. Do not assume hostility." Ethan Cole frowned. "They may try to attack if they see us. Should we prepare the defenses?" Alex shook his head. We defend only if necessary. Our mission is observation and understanding. That is our strength. As the humans approached the damaged alien ship, the crew realized it was more than just a scout. It carried a single officer, unconscious but alive. Maria Perez checked the readings. Life signs are stable. Minimal injuries. He can survive if we help him. Alex looked at his crew. We take him aboard. We do not harm him. Humanity does not fight without reason. And we are not cruel. This is our chance to show them who we are. The alien officer, once conscious, opened his eyes slowly. He looked around the human ship, confused. He expected weapons, harsh voices, and enemies ready to kill. Instead, he saw calm faces, careful hands, and gentle care. Lily Brooks smiled softly. You are safe here. We will help you recover. The officer blinked. Why? Why do you treat me like this? You could kill me. You could destroy our ships. Why do you not? Alex stepped forward. Because we are not your enemies. You attacked us, but we did not attack back unless we had to. We protect ourselves, but we do not destroy unnecessarily. That is the way of humanity. The officer looked puzzled. He had expected cruelty, dominance, and pride. Instead, he found mercy, intelligence, and calm strength. He had never met a species like this before. Back in the Xylar Empire, Varen and Silas were growing impatient. Reports from the spy ship had arrived. They are keeping our officer alive. Varen growled. How is this possible? They should have executed him. They should have shown weakness or fear. Instead, they act differently. Silas frowned. It is troubling. Our species has never encountered such behavior. They are disciplined, clever, and merciful. That is not weakness. That is something else, something dangerous. Meanwhile, aboard the human ship, the officer slowly regained consciousness. Ethan Cole explained the ship's systems. Maria Perez adjusted his support equipment, ensuring his wounds healed. Lily Brooks helped him drink and eat. You are different, the officer said finally. All humans are like this? Alex shook his head. Not all. But our species believes in strength and wisdom together. We fight only when necessary. We protect life when we can. That is how we survive in the galaxy. The officer's mind raced. He had thought that the galaxy was ruled by power, by fleets and weapons, by fear. But humans had shown another way. They could fight. They could win, yet they did not destroy without reason. He returned to his ship only once to relay the humans' behavior. He reported back to the princes. They do not seek conquest. They do not kill unnecessarily. They survive because they are intelligent and disciplined. They're calm in battle. It is frightening. It is not weakness. It is power beyond what we have faced. Varen and Silas were silent as they received the report. Pride burned in Varen's chest. Impossible. They are primitive. They cannot be stronger than us. They cannot survive our fleets indefinitely. Silas shook his head. And yet, the evidence is clear. They defeat us with patience, not brute force. They show mercy when they could destroy. That is what confuses us. We do not understand it. The captured officer, now recovering fully, observed the humans carefully. He watched their conversations, their teamwork, their calm decisions. He realized that humanity's strength was not just in technology or weapons, it was in their unity, their discipline, and their sense of purpose. He reported again to the princes. Their strength is not just in battle. It is in thought, in care, and in the way they operate together. They protect life, even ours. They are different. I have never seen a species like this. Varen slammed his fist on the table. Enough. They are just clever. We will crush them next time. We have the numbers. We have the ships. They cannot resist forever. Silas remained thoughtful. Perhaps, Varen, that is where we are wrong. Perhaps strength is not only numbers. Perhaps there is more to power than force alone. The officer continued to observe the humans. He saw how Captain Alex worked with Lily, Ethan, and Maria. Each of them had a role, and each acted with calm determination. They fought when they needed to, but only to protect themselves. They did not kill enemies when it was unnecessary. The officer felt a strange sense of respect. He had been trained to believe that victory required destruction, that power required cruelty. Humans had shown him that another way was possible, one that combined strength, intelligence, and mercy. "Captain," the officer said finally, "your people, they are extraordinary. I cannot explain it in our terms. I was trained to fear and to dominate, but I see now. There is another kind of power. One I have never learned." Alex nodded. "Power is not only about fleets or weapons. It is about wisdom, courage, and knowing when to act. That is how humanity survives." Back in the Xylar Empire, the princes debated what to do next. The officers' reports had changed many opinions among the council. Some nobles whispered that humans were dangerous not because they could kill easily, but because they could survive and think differently. Varen refused to believe it. "We are still the rulers of this sector. One fleet, and they will fall." Silas shook his head. "Perhaps we should consider diplomacy. We cannot understand them yet, and attacking blindly may only strengthen them further." The officer observed the humans over the next days. He saw how they repaired their own ships, how they helped injured aliens without prejudice, and how they communicated clearly and calmly. He realized that humans were not only powerful, they were predictable in their principles, disciplined in their actions, and patient in their planning. He reported to the princes again. "They are not reckless. They do not seek war. They fight only when necessary. Their strength is in patience, strategy, and discipline. You cannot defeat them with arrogance or pride. You must understand them first." The message spread among the nobles and officers. Many began to fear that the humans could become a force the Empire could not control. Some whispered that the princes had underestimated them, and that arrogance might cost the Empire dearly. Meanwhile, the human scouts continued their mission. They moved through uncharted space, studied new planets, and avoided unnecessary confrontations. Captain Alex knew that their goal was not to dominate, but to survive and observe. Their quiet strength, discipline, and mercy made them more powerful than the aliens realized. One night, as the human ship drifted near a glowing nebula, Lily looked out at the stars. "They are learning from us, whether they admit it or not. They see our strength, our control, and they cannot ignore it," Ethan added. "And they do not understand that we fight for more than victory. We fight to survive, to protect, to learn. That is something they cannot grasp yet." Maria smiled faintly. "Perhaps they will one day see it. Perhaps they will respect it. And then, maybe, there can be peace." Captain Alex nodded. "We cannot hope for that yet. But our example is enough. Humans survive not because we destroy, but because we endure. That is our power. That is humanity's way." The captured officer, now fully recovered, looked at the humans with a new understanding. He had come to realize that victory did not always require dominance. Strength was not always measured by weapons or numbers. Mercy, patience, and intelligence could be just as powerful. He sent one last message to the twin princes. "You cannot defeat them by force alone. They are disciplined, clever, and merciful. You do not understand their power, and until you do, your empire is vulnerable." Varen read the message and clenched his fists. "We will see," he muttered. "We will show them the true power of the Xylar Empire." Silas remained thoughtful, staring at the stars. Perhaps the humans are teaching us something more important than battle. Perhaps they are teaching us a new way to see strength. The human scouts continued their journey, unaware of the full fear and confusion they had caused in the Empire. Their mission was simple: observe, learn, and survive. Yet in doing so, they had already changed the galaxy. The stars were alive with possibility. The humans had survived again, not by aggression, but by calm intelligence and quiet strength. And the twin princes, watching from afar, could not ignore the truth. Humanity was a force unlike any they had ever faced. The galaxy had begun to take notice, and the future would never be the same.